Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, Ithaca, Washington. Good morning, Crosby. Good morning, Maravita. I love saying that. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Thank you so much for being here. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister and Harry's House of Paint Employee of the Month, Kendall Mark.
Hello.
I would
All
like
the colors of the rainbow.
I would like that eggshell and semi-gloss, please.
Isn't that hard when you go in and they're like, what kind of gloss? I'm like, girl, I don't know. No, that's never happened to you? And they're like, what kind
No,
of
I'm
like
pretty
gloss
definitive.
level with your paint?
No, I'm pretty definitive. I pretty much
okay.
know, like, I would like that wall to be flat. I would like that wall. Yeah, I'm pretty
Look at
definitive
you
on
with your
that.
paint terminology.
Yeah. The high school five, worked at the Sears paint department throughout high school. Actually, she'll be visiting. I'm very excited. My latest, they're coming to visit me at the end of February. They'll be here. We're going to have them on the show, 2 of the 5.
Stop it.
Yeah, one of them, listen to this. Here's some fun facts. Each have one was my prom date and one was my girlfriend. And I know some new viewers right now are going, Harry, I thought he was a homosexual. You know, and I am, in fact.
He is. Yes.
But back then, didn't know it. Knew it, kept it a secret. And Clark Kented it, because I'm in Indiana. And what's worse than living in Indiana? Being gay in Indiana. Yeah. Hashtag just saying. But anyway, so Chris was my prom date. She was an older woman. I took an older woman to my senior prom.
By
She
what,
was
like a month?
She was, yeah. I took a 42-year-old. Hi.
I didn't know I was gay, but I took a 42-year-old woman to my prom.
This is Chris. We're gonna play some mini golf and go to my prom. No, Chris is a year older, and she was in high school. She was in college, so I took a college lady to my senior prom.
Wow.
And then Sheila is my age, and she was my girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you want to know how I asked her to be my girlfriend?
Please.
I went to a Chinese restaurant called Panda, and I don't know why any of this is humorous to the staff.
Listen,
but
everyone.
It was called Panda Restaurant in Michigan City, Indiana, and I got a fortune cookie, and I put it in the microwave to soften it, and I opened up the fortune cookie, and I wrote, "Will you be my girl?" And I couldn't finish friend, so it was just girl. And then I put the fortune back in the cookie and bent it back up. And then I took her to a little picnic area, and we had Chinese food, and then I strategically gave her that fortune cookie, and she.
Is that how you told her you were gay too? You just put it in a fortune cookie. I'm just imagining you doing this and it's making me cry laugh.
Next month, you will learn your boyfriend is a flaming homosexual. Could you imagine if you got that fortune? Crack. The man you're sitting across to likes men.
Will you be my girlfriend? More like girlfriend.
And your lucky numbers are.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Okay. No, Kendall, I didn't tell her I was gay in a fortune cookie.
Okay, just
It was
checking.
pretty evident after a few years.
Okay.
I mean, you know.
I'll ask her when she gets here.
When your boyfriend knows the dates of the Carson Peary Scott yearly sale more than you do.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Anyway, they'll be here. So we're going to have a lot of fun because they're going to be spilling secrets. They know me other than my best friends here and Jeff and Colin. They know me better than any other people alive. So, yeah, it'll be fun. Right now, though, let's get started, everybody. It's time for Ye Old Hot Dish. Here we go.
Did you find out you were gay in a fortune cookie?
I'm still crying.
Just hours ago, Universal Studios dropped the trailer for the new Jurassic World movie. It's called Dominion. It's the third in the World franchise, or the trilogy. This one has Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, Opie Cunningham, and the original stars Jeff Goldblum, Laura Dern, and Sam Neill. Look at this, a little bit of it.
We can't keep her here forever.
They find her, we're never gonna see her again. We gotta protect her, that's our job.
Humans and dinosaurs can't coexist. We created an ecological disaster.
Ellie Sattler.
Alan Grant.
You didn't come out all this way just to catch up now, did you?
You coming or what?
No, Goober. She came because her dinosaur's running around San Diego. Seriously. Dominion, as I mentioned, is the last chapter. Well, this is the last in this particular trilogy. I didn't love the second. I loved Jurassic World. I did not like the last one. It was horrible.
I agree.
It was horrible. This one looks great. And I love that they're bringing together the Jurassic Park people. I don't know why I'm going like this with my hands. Sorry about that. I love that they're bringing together the Jurassic Park people and then the Jurassic World people. And I guess they come together at the end. There's parallel plots going with like Sam Neill and Laura. And by the way, does she not look the same?
Even the bangs.
She has not aged. I love her. Anyway, this summer. Next in the dish, we're learning more about the cause of death for Bob Saget, which is so still odd to say. According to Bob's family, authorities have determined that Bob died from head trauma. They believe that he accidentally hit his head on something that night, or maybe even a couple days before. They don't know. And then Bob thought nothing of it and then went to sleep. No drugs or alcohol were involved, they found out. Bob was found in his Orlando hotel room the day after he performed a 2-hour set in Jacksonville, and only 65 years old. To me, this makes it a little more, I mean, not that it wasn't already tragic, this makes it more tragic to me. That it was like, ooh, and then it scares me because, I was asking the radio show today, now let's learn from this. What should you do? If you're Bob, what should he have, what are we going to do if we get hit? I mean, do you go to the ER immediately? Do you go to urgent care? I think I'm going to now. If I get hit in the head.
Right. I think it was a kindness from his family, too, to just say that for all of his fans to know.
Absolutely.
Hey, we want his legacy to be remembered. He's a wonderful man.
Yeah, there was nothing weird. Yeah.
Nothing weird about it.
Still, people are like, what? There's always internet sleuths that are like, this seems odd. Leave the family alone, for heaven's sake. He's gone. That's all that we, it doesn't matter. It actually really doesn't matter. We lost him, and yeah. Next in the dish, oh, this was so good. Stern, Howard, Baba Booey had Dana Carvey and David Spade on together yesterday. The two, if you guys don't know, they have a great new podcast. And Howard, they talked about, Howard released so many clips of this interview on his YouTube channel. That's how good this interview was. So in this clip we're going to show you, Howard asked Dana about his past beef with former co-star of Wayne's World, Mike Myers. Listen to this.
It can be kind of emotional thinking about it, really. I just feel like I came to know him in a much better way as we've been really, really talking a lot these last couple of years, and kind of put him in context, understand him, and also just really appreciate him as you look later on. Everyone has a 10-year-old boy inside them or girl. And that little person gets very jealous of the shiny new toy and very envious. And John Lovitz and I would always make a joke out of our competition, because the whole show's a competition, a Game of Thrones. And yet it's your really good friends and you want to play fair. But Mike and I became a comedy team by accident. We were in a sketch. It became a movie. And what does Garth do? What does Wayne do? So there was conflict over how that was going to come together. But we were just riding that rocket. It wasn't personal.
He also talked about how age calms everything down and gives you perspective. What mattered back in 1991, 2, 3, and even into the early 2000s doesn't really matter much anymore. Dana and Mike brought back Wayne and Garth for a Super Bowl commercial for Uber Eats. That commercial, he told Howard, actually changed everything, helped them reconcile. You can't It's not surprising. You're all in a creative endeavor. Anybody that's on a show like that or this, I love when people go, oh, you have an ego. Everybody has an ego. And when you're on a show like that, it's an ensemble, everybody wants to be heard. Everybody wants their spotlight.
Right.
There's nothing weird about that. There's competition. There's competition here. There's competition on the radio show, or on the radio station. You want to be the big head on the billboard. There's nothing wrong with that. Dana became known for his spot-on impressions, and he was a Johnny Carson regular on Johnny's Tonight Show until Johnny felt his impression on SNL went too far. Fascinating. Listen.
So I would go on his yearly anniversary show and sit with him, and then he would show a montage of my appearances. And I did that for 3 years in a row. And he said, he's making fun of Arsenio as much as he's making fun of me, and he was very good about it. And then there was one sketch that did make him come off a little senile. I think that Susan Day was on, and Johnny didn't know that the Partridge Family hadn't been on in 15 years. So is that a good show for you? How's that David Cassidy? I mean, the girls really like him. And I didn't write that one. And I did put up a red flag with Lauren and others. And they were like, oh, please, Johnny, be fine. But that was it. I never went on the show again.
Johnny never invited Dana Carvey back. Johnny was famously prickly. And if you he did not like being made fun of within the NBC family. The legend has it, and Jay Leno actually said this was true. Johnny used to go through the hallways at the Burbank studio and go, oh, they're making fun of me now. It's over when your own network makes fun of you. Yeah, it's kind of true.
Everybody has that thing, though, that if you poke at,
Yep.
you don't like it.
No, everyone does. Yep. Lots more to come. We'll be back right after this.
The train is just leaving the station. Get on board, because coming up next, Dax Holt has another celeb interview, and he's given us some tidbits from his chat with $1 Million Listing star Josh Flagg. I love that show. Then, keeping with the reality theme, producer Ted is talking with uber popular star of Selling Sunset, Chrishell. And it has Oscar buzzing. Grab the mascara. I'll give you my review and thoughts on The Eyes of Tammy Faye. That and more when we come back.
I started watching the show right away, and then I feel like it took like 3 months for everybody to all of a sudden start watching it. But there's one scene that is so crazy involving your character.
I think I know the scene you might be talking
Yes,
about.
of course, you must hear about it all the time.
Yeah.
Is it okay if we say what it is?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Go
so it's in an act of vengeance, you go number 2 into someone's luggage.
I do, yeah.
And it is totally deserved, by the way. Totally deserved.
It is totally deserved, and it's not the thing that you expect to see on TV, and it's certainly not the thing that you expect to watch yourself do on TV.
No.
It's quite a confronting thing for me to watch. Very realistic, isn't it?
So realistic that I texted Mike like an idiot. I said, was that real? And he's like, no, of course that wasn't real.
So
It
did
was
I. I was
CGI.
like, was that real? I mean, really, when I...
And everyone laughed at me, but I thought it was real.
Murray Bartlett, who's so good in The White Lotus, talking about the famous suitcase scene from White Lotus. Can't say much more. He had two very interesting scenes that Mr. Bartlett. Suitcase, and then another, how do I say it? I don't say it. Thank you. Let's just move on, shall we? Our hot dish continues with our insider to the stars. Please welcome back from the Hollywood Raw podcast. Something's wrong with me today. Your friend and mine, Dax Holt. Hi, Dax.
Hello. Good morning. How you doing today?
I'm good. Did you watch White Lotus?
I did not. No, we're in the middle of Ted Lasso right now. I was trying to get through that first.
Oh, okay. Watch White Lotus. You'll like it, Dax. You will like it.
All right, I'm writing it down just so I don't forget, because I'm someone that there's so many good things out there right now.
No, I'm being very serious. I think you will really enjoy it. So and don't fake write it down. Show me the paper. Are you faking it? Or are you really writing it down?
I literally wrote White Lotus
Okay,
right there.
there we go. Okay.
Wow.
We love him, Josh Flagg from $1 Million Listing LA. Give me some highlights.
So he was fun. I mean, obviously, Bravo stars do so well on our podcast. People love them so much. It's just, I don't know, there's an addiction to Bravo stars when they come on. But Josh Flagg, we've been asking for him for a while. He stopped by. You know, and you get exactly what you think you're going to get with Josh Flagg. I mean, the guy just exudes wealth and LA and all of that kind of stuff, you know, and so we're talking a little bit about everything. I mean, the guy owns a $25,000 dog. I'm just like,
wait, what
makes a dog $25,000? And he's like, you know, I don't even know. I wanted the dog and I called them up and I was like, did you tell them your name before they gave you the price? You know, hey, this is Josh Flagg. All right, we're going to add a couple zeros on the end.
Does the dog speak Portuguese? Why is it $25,000?
I don't know. And, you know, and the thing is, he's like, and he's kind of silly. Like he doesn't really, he's not well trained and he, you know, kind of runs all over the place and doesn't listen. I'm like, so you have a $25,000 dog that doesn't even like behave well. That's kind of sad.
Wow. I'm not going to be able to get, okay, anyway, I'm going to move on though.
And on that same note of money, you know, again, he exudes wealth and stuff. So of course we're going to ask him money questions. And I said, you know, your fashion is huge on $1 Million Listing. How much do you budget for your wardrobe during a season? He's like, oh, easy, just a couple $100,000. I'm like, a couple $100,000 a year on clothes. Like, I can't even fathom right now.
I'm looking at a suit. That's just, okay. And he's like, because there's some turnover happening. He ain't going anywhere, is he, Dax?
Oh, no. He is such a staple on that show. I mean, you know, there's certain people that are flagships of any reality show, and Josh Flagg is that on $1 Million Listing LA.
Anything
for sure.
Anything surprise you about him?
Very kind, down to earth. You know, we asked a lot of real estate questions, kind of some fun stuff, like if you could sell any celebrity's home, who would it be? And he goes, you know, I would really like to Betty White. He goes, I think that would be kind of an interesting home to sell right now. But then he goes, of course, Oprah, Ellen has amazing homes. I don't know. It was just a fun, interesting chat. And I like when people are real and they kind of like let down their guard to talk to us for, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And he was one of those people.
I think it's great. Dax, thank you, my friend. Have a good week.
Thanks. You too, buddy.
Find this interview and many more wherever you find podcasts. Just search for Hollywood Raw. Can I tell you what just happened during the commercial? So we had a meeting.
Oh.
And and don't you hate meetings? And this was a meeting to talk about, I'm not even going to bore you with that. But anyway, I said in the meeting, I would like, a la the Wendy Williams, I would like executive producer Jeff mic'd, and I want him on a camera with like a little podium, an executive producer, very much like Wendy Williams has her producer. And they're like, oh, sure, Jason, the engineers. Oh, sure. So they sent pictures of where Jeff could be to us to approve. So in the commercial break, and Kendall was not at this meeting, so in the commercial break, I look at Jeff, and he's kind of standing where he will eventually be. And I go, oh, Jeff, I think that's where they're going to put you and your camera. And Kendall, what did you say, Kendall?
I said, am I fired?
Am I being replaced? You look so horrified.
Am I being replaced by, like, not just anyone, but my boss?
You're being replaced by your boss. How bad is that?
I mean, you're going to mic him up and put him in front of a small podium over here.
Yeah. Well, no, but let's
Thank you. What does this look like?
No, but, that's actually just a little table. He's going to have more like he's giving a speech kind of podium.
In 6 months, we'll see.
No, I'm just saying. It was just your immediate, spontaneous reaction, because I completely left you out of the conversation. I forgot that I was just speaking to Jeff.
Oh, no. And
not
then
realizing,
they both started laughing.
Yeah, not realizing what it would be interpreted like via you. Yeah. Hello, next in the dish. Hello, 1980s. Stephen King's Firestarter is getting a remake. I don't know if anyone asked for this, but sure. Universal just dropped that trailer. Look at this.
Daddy.
What's going on, sweetie?
Something feels weird. Something's changing.
You remember the tools we taught you, right?
Pencil, desk, paper, shoes. You're weird. Everything okay, Charlie? It happened again.
What happened?
The bad thing.
If you ever start to lose control, what do you do?
It didn't work.
She's not a robot, Annie. She's a little girl with little girl emotions, which are wildly unpredictable.
Charlie?
She just has to shove it down and keep it hidden.
Our responsibility is getting her ready.
Our responsibility is to protect her.
Charlie?
If they catch her, they're gonna put her in a cage.
Charlie?
They're gonna run tests on her for the rest of her life. We'll never see her again.
If who catches me?
Ooh, 3 words, up for adoption.
You said the quiet part out
Girl,
loud.
seriously, if your kid is starting fires, the movie first debuted in 1984 with Drew Barrymore. The new one stars Zac Efron. Now he's really a daddy. The movie hits theaters and on Peacock in May.
What do you mean he's really a daddy?
Well, people call him a daddy already, but now he's playing a daddy to Firestarter kid. It's a joke. Don't oversensitive Sally's. Don't even, because Jeff goes like this. Oh gosh, people are gonna. It's a joke.
Does that mean he's
I
hot?
like kids on a case-by-case basis.
Oh, we're not. Oh, I was talking about Zac Efron. I have moved on from the child.
Yeah.
So hot. Why do people call him daddy? Is that I don't get it.
I'll explain it during the commercial break. I'll explain it during the break. But no, I'm not kidding. I am kidding, but I'm not kidding. Okay, hypothetical. Little Tiffany, you're in the grocery store and she gets mad.
Uh-huh.
And boom, the entire aisle 4 catches on fire. Sorry, Tiffany. You're gonna go live with Aunt Sarah. I can't have you starting random fires in Cub Foods.
Or you could just move to like the Bermuda Triangle. Yeah. What? Because then she could set the island on fire, it'd be fine, and just jump in the ocean and start over again.
Okay. Next in the dish, it's the end of an era for Entertainment Weekly, which actually hasn't been weekly in a long time. It's Entertainment Monthly. Either way, it's no longer going to produce a print edition. The magazine has been a staple in living rooms and waiting rooms for more than 3 decades. The owner will also cut print editions of 5 other publications. In Style is one of them. In an announcement to staff, the publisher stressed this was not a cost-cutting move. Sure. The company will continue to print its other brands like People and Southern Living. It's a cost-cutting move. You're looking at the numbers. The numbers are down on those particular magazines. To cut costs and keep it viable, you move it to a digital edition.
Right.
And ... This is going to be happening more and more and more. It is. The magazine, I love magazines. I love, you know what I mean? I like the tactile. I like holding it. Yeah. That's why I like CDs still, but still.
CDs?
Still.
How do you find a CD player?
You are real special today. Little Firestarter Tiffany has one in her room. Oh. That's right. Time to meet today's JVIP. Today it's Daryl Lawrence. Hi, Daryl. Love ya. Daryl says he's a fairly new fan of the show, seeing his first episode while he was waiting for his tires to be changed.
Yes.
He always has the show on to catch up on what's going on with the most interesting news of the day. Daryl was also surprised and delighted to find another person who is as big a fan of Dallas as he is. Daryl, we could be friends, my friend. Not only will Daryl get a Jason Show mug, he's entered to win the monthly grand prize. That includes coming to the studio to watch the show, a $150 accessories gift card to Becker Furniture World, and a $200 gift card from Wood House Spa. We love our partners. I love when we hear we are the official. I wish our creative service department would do a promo, and Sammy's right here because go take this idea back. We are the official maternity leave, waiting room, tire changing show. I hear more people tell me that.
Oil changes, tire changes, all the car things.
Oh, I got this bun checked out and I'm watching Jason. Yeah. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. Oh, poor little Firestarter Tiffany. Welcome back, my friends. One of the breakout stars of Selling Sunset is coming to the Mall of America today to promote a new book. Chrishell's new book is called Under Construction, and it chronicles her life from growing up in Kentucky, getting a part on All My Children, and now a high-end real estate agent. So listen to this. Recently, producer Ted Johnson chatted with her over Zoom about the book. Now, Leo, don't roll it yet. Talked about the book, soap operas, and her life as a reality TV star. We're calling this, just like Barbara Walters, the Ted Johnson interview. Look at this.
Chrishell, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Your book starts off, we learn about your childhood, and I can't help but think like where you grew up, how you grew up is like totally different from where you are right now.
They couldn't be more different. That is correct. Yes. It's been quite the journey, Ted.
Yeah. So you were homeless, kind of moving around as a child. And that kind of got you to be resilient and scrappy and kind of tell us about that.
Yeah. I mean, it was, growing up, we lived in a family where, my dad was a mechanic. It's a small town. There's only so much business. And my mom, she would always try and find odd jobs. And, they dealt with other things that I get into in the book that are, that had, that we had some odds stacked against us. It wasn't just money. And, so it was tough. And we're always, whether we're couch surfing at, a cousin's house or we're, getting those eviction notices and, in a car or figuring it out. I would watch these soaps with my family. And I would just idolize these women. And I just saw this glamorous life outside of everything I ever saw my world to be. And I just wanted to be in that life. And so I just, made a plan. Okay, this is what I want to do. And I really stuck with it.
And that's interesting because in the book you say, so you grew up watching soaps, and soaps was the goal.
Oh yeah. So that's so funny because it's one of those things where, people ask me if, what I've achieved has exceeded my goals. And it did at a very early age because, that was my goal. I really wanted to be on a soap and make my family proud. And, and because that happened so soon after I graduated college and came out, and booked All My Children, but then, life is full of ups and downs. And then, at some point, I'm doing that, and that's the whole career path I thought I had. But then you get, I got fired from Days of Our Lives, not from anything other than, the storyline just changes. And all of a sudden it's like, I get scared. Like, I don't want my life to go back to what it was. I can't, what am I going to do? Because when you're auditioning, you're not in charge of when you work. And so that's why I got my real estate license. And I think that's a great lesson is that, sometimes when something feels devastating or like the end of the world, it actually pushes you to places that you wouldn't have gone if you were comfortable. And so that's one of the things that I like sharing. I would have never gotten my real estate license if I hadn't gotten fired from what I thought was my ultimate dream job.
Right. And you say it in the book, but you were a real estate agent before Selling Sunset, and then they brought you in for the show. But you have become really good friends with all these people that are on the show, right? Are you surprised by how you guys all just melded together?
I am, because I remember, in season 1, kind of coming in thinking that, just like any TV job, you might connect with a couple people, but I was in a different place in my life. I was, driving from the valley, kind of showing up to work and then going home. And it was just, and then, kind of losing everything that I knew that was my personal life and really just bonding with the people that, are there for you when times are really hard. It's, now I feel like we are family. I mean, there's such a, group of us that, there's so many things that are amazing that aren't on camera all the time that, we're just, some of us are like sisters at this point.
Right. Ladies, I've got some big news. People probably think this is their biggest is the drama real?
Okay, so as much as I would love to say that it's not, because I love soaps and I love playing the drama, in real life, it's different. You know, you have to take this stuff home with you, and it makes it stressful, and there's a lot of anxiety with that. And so it is real. I think that, you know, you can kind of see by the way that things have happened when the cameras are off and we have to talk about things that, you know, it's real. Unfortunately, you know, now I'm hoping that, you know, it's hard. We're all getting to a place where, you know, the show is such a success. It's such a gift to our business and to everything. I'm hoping that, you know, enough time has passed that we can kind of, you know, even for the viewer's sake, I watch reality TV. It doesn't get fun when you kind of get stuck on these things. So a lot of time has passed. We filmed 4 and 5 together. But hopefully when we, you know, in the future, when we go to film, I'm hoping that, you know, we can kind of try and reset everything.
Right.
But yeah, the drama has been real, and it's been a process of trying to figure out that balance of, okay, we are stuck together, guys. Like, we need to figure this out.
Oh, one final question. So my boss, executive producer Jeff, he loves Selling Sunset because of Christine. What does that say about Jeff?
Oh, I mean, I love. I mean, she brings such a fun flair for the clothes, and of course, you know, she brings the drama. And, you know, that's what half of what people love watching the show for. So whether, you know, we have our own personal stuff going on, I'll always be the first person to give her mad respect for the fact that she makes for great television. She's an important part of the show. And I think that, you know, we definitely can all agree on that.
All right. Thank you very much.
It's Ted's laugh. Oh, I love our family. You can meet Chrishell at the Mall of America today. I hope you're not watching the rerun. She'll be signing books from 5 to 7 at the Rotunda. This is airing on Thursday. Our poor folks in Wisconsin gets this a day later. And as a bonus, the full Ted Johnson interview with Chrishell is available on our YouTube page. Gather the family. See what she says about almost becoming the Bachelorette. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, my friends. Come on, kids. Ted Johnson has another interview.
Who paid for this house, Tammy?
Well, the ministry makes lots of houses. We've got one for unwed mothers. Wait till you see Kevin's house. Oh yeah, that one's for kids with special needs. And it's named after a sweet little boy named Kevin. Oh, he's 13 years old, and he is the sweetest, tiniest little thing you ever saw. His hands attached to his shoulders, and he has no arms at all. Bless his little heart. Let me show you to your room.
Well, it's the role that earned Jessica Chastain a nomination for Best Actress earlier this week, playing Tammy Faye Bakker in The Eyes of Tammy Faye. Welcome back, everyone. I got the chance to watch the movie last night on HBO Max. It's been out for a while, but I'm going to try, as we get closer to Oscars, I'm going to try to watch as many as I can to tell you about them and tell you if you think I like them, if you should watch it. If you do not know, if you're, have no idea who she is or no point of reference, or you're not old like me, it follows the life of Tammy Faye from northern Minnesota. And I forgot, as I'm watching the movie, I forgot that she was from here. To the rise and fall of her televised ministry, PTL. Jeff and I were just discussing this right before, while that clip was playing. Right away, you know why she was nominated, because as you're watching it, forget the prosthetics, which does help, forget the physicality, you really do forget that it was Jessica Chastain. There was no minute in this movie where I went, oh, that's her, I didn't even think about Jessica Chastain. I honestly forgot about her. She's so moving. She plays opposite Andrew Garfield, who plays Jim Bakker. And the headline with Tammy Faye Bakker is usually scandal or eyelashes or her outrageous hair and makeup, which is obviously covered in this movie. But what this movie does, and Jessica's performance does, is remind you of the heart and humanity underneath that mascara and the wigs and the outrageousness. You kind of forget that, yes, she was incredibly flawed. She had a lot of, and she was wrapped up in a scandal. If you put that aside, there was also a very compassionate person underneath that mascara, underneath those fake eyelashes and lip liner. And there's a scene at the end of the movie that just about killed me. just about killed me, and at the same time demonstrated that heart behind the makeup. It's a scene near the end of the movie where Tammy Faye is confronting some teens who are making fun of her appearance. Look at this.
So, you can talk about me. That's all right. But, you know, you gotta shake my hand and you gotta say hi first.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Tammy. What's your name?
Max.
Hi. But, you know, we're not strangers. I live right there. We're neighbors.
It just, I was kind of doing two things at once, and I stopped and I rewound that, and it broke my heart, because at that point, the scandal had already happened. She was living in an apartment. Her and Jim were done. She lost quite literally everything, and she still held on to that heart, It's really good, even if you don't know anything about the scandal. And that's fun, too. I mean, that's fun to relive. They do a really good job of recreating. Like, there's a famous Ted Koppel interview. Jim and Tammy Faye, at the height of the scandal, they appear on Nightline for a no-holds-barred interview with Ted Koppel. And it just goes as well as you think it's going to go. And then you forget, this is mid-'80s, Kendall. This is mid-'80s. This is right at the height of the AIDS crisis in the country, and obviously Tammy is running, part of a religious network, and Jerry Falwell wants nothing to do. Obviously, he has very strong opinions against gays and the community, and he especially is not happy with anything having to do with the AIDS epidemic. And Tammy Faye, while Jerry is visiting, has on her show is interviewing a gentleman who is suffering from AIDS. This now I'm saying this and you're like, so? We've lived now through Phil Donahue and Oprah. This was so taboo. This was taboo on shows that weren't based in religion. So to see that, and it's a real story, and the gentleman is, thank goodness, alive and well, and you see him at the end of the movie. But this movie just reminds you she was a multi-layered person. You can watch The Eyes of Tammy Faye on HBO Max. Jessica, way to go. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. Sarah Rogers is coming up next with some fashion next. My friends, it is Black History Month, and in case you didn't know, there are 28 Black-owned businesses at the Mall of America. And joining us with some of the great fashion items you can get at those stores is a fashion icon herself. My dear friend, please welcome back to the show, the always fabulous Sarah Rogers. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Jason.
I'm excited because, I can't wait to have you back again. We're getting guests back into the studio, so I miss you, but it's good to see you however I can see you. And I love that we're doing this. I love that we're doing this segment, and I love that the fact almost 30 stores. That's tremendous, Sarah. That's tremendous.
I know. I think so too, Jason. I was so jazzed to have the opportunity to do this segment, so thank you for having me.
You don't have to thank me. I'm glad that we're doing it. We have 4 models, my friend. Who are we going to see, and what are we going to see first?
Yes. Okay, let's start out with our first model, which is Kia. And I want to highlight 3 of the great Black-owned retailers that you'll find here at Mall of America. She has natural hair that hovers somewhere around the shoulder. She is wearing a Prada-inspired hat, bucket hat, with a built-in wig, because one of the retailers here is Nicola's Wig Boutique. So if you need something that's ready to wear, your hair is having, one of those days where it's just not doing what you need it to do or working out, you've got a great option here. Another great retailer is Coco Niche. She is known for her shoes. Here you're seeing her sneakers. They're the wedge sneakers. They're Italian made. They're also made to order, so they're custom. She also has fashions. You probably noticed that beautiful bomber jacket, puffer jacket actually, that the model Kia was wearing, and you can find that at Coco Niche as well. And she's located inside Community Commons.
Sarah, I'm seeing, not just here, are bucket hats the big thing right now? I mean, Burberry has them. I'm seeing them everywhere.
Yes, huge trend, Jason. I love it too. It really is just kind of a stylish way to, add a little element to an outfit that you're wearing. And some of them have a little performance fabrication to them as well, so you can wear it maybe when it's raining just a little bit. But we're seeing it for all seasons, so definitely look for that trend.
Who do we have next?
Okay, next we have our model Braley, and he is showing a hoodie from our retailer. The name is Doran, and Doran is known for his minimalist aesthetic. Really, a lot of his merchandise is just beautifully made. The quality is there. You'll see just very clean lines to it, that hoodie. And he loves empowering. Brandon is the owner. He loves empowering his customers. This is made for future billionaires. And just when I was in the store pulling, I mean, so many people are coming in and buying this hoodie. You'll love the quality. It's a nice substantial weight to it. It comes in other colors too. With it, I put a pair of jeans from a store here that is called Bougie's. And this store is known for their contemporary streetwear fashion for men, women, and kids. They have kids fashion starting at toddler size 2, going up to size 14, 16 for the kids. And they also have big and tall. And they feature some really big brands as well, like Forest Originals. So you'll see with those jeans that model is wearing, they have like an angel motif to them. So there's an underlayment, so texture, and it's a little hidden surprise when you see those jeans.
Next is
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Next is Rachel.
Yeah, we've got Rachel. Yes, she's wearing this kimono dress from a boutique here called House of Queens. And this boutique, upscale boutique, beautiful designs, features vibrant colors and prints, dresses, skirts, but I loved this kimono. It's so versatile. You know, our model Rachel's wearing it with some jeans from the Buckle, but you could wear this with a dress, you know, a bodysuit, you know, you've got so many options. And her earrings are from a boutique called United People Apparel, and they're handmade in Ghana. They're made of cloth, so they're very lightweight. They make bracelets too. The bracelets that the model is wearing, I don't know if you had a chance to see them, but they're made of glass.
I love
and
that.
They've been using these women that make these designs for like 9 months, and they've sold out repeatedly. This is their 5th installment, so they're doing really well. That's UPA, United Apparel, United People Apparel, I should say.
Sarah, we're running out of time. Let's talk about Michael real quick. Who do we have?
Oh, yes. Urban 29 Fashions. Love this. He's got a varsity jacket on and a graphic sweatshirt. Look for the design elements. This is a store that really pays attention to the pulse of what's going on with streetwear fashion and great designer brands. I just love it. Boots are by G7. Really fun. That designer jacket and sweatshirt are by Akun. A King of Oneself is the brand. And really popular with streetwear fashion.
I love it. Love it all.
Good
Thank
looks,
you.
right?
Thank you for doing this, Sarah. I appreciate it, and I can't wait to have you back in studio.
Me too, Jason. Thank you.
Thank you. All of these stores are, of course, located in the Mall of America. We'll be back after this. It is time for the world's shortest segment. New this morning, the Hennepin Theater Trust announces its new season of shows for 2022-2023. One of the headliners will be the Tony Award-winning musical Tina, the Tina Turner musical. It follows the life of Tina Turner featuring her iconic songs. Look for it in March of next year. Other new shows include Beetlejuice, Jagged Little Pill, of course with music from Alanis Morissette. Returning shows will be Wicked, Hairspray, and Les Miserables. Tickets are available at hennepintheatertrust.org. Back after this. Welcome back. It is time for the surprise goodbye. You know this, we have no idea what the story will be until right now. Today, $1 million painting ruined by a security guard. The guard at an art museum in Russia got bored on his first day on the job, so he started drawing little doodles, little faces on this painting with a ballpoint pen. The problem is oh my goodness. The painting is called Three Figures, and it's worth an estimated $1 million. No one really noticed until museum goers said something. Luckily, art experts say the painting can be restored without causing any more damage. I love people. Tomorrow, Leslie Miller will join us, and she's preparing aphrodisiac food and with wine. Oh my God, I can't believe I just read that. Go out there and be yourself. We'll see you tomorrow, everyone.